Welcome back to another episode of the Canon on the Boomer Bust channel. I'm your host Terry, and today talking about Warner Brothers, Discovery, DC, all that good stuff. So, quick recap for those that have not taken the time to read. Discovery bought Warner Brothers a while ago, and when they did that, they obviously mentioned that they planned on merging their two streaming services. To me, it makes no sense to have two separate services when you own all the properties. So HBO Max, while not the same numbers as Netflix or anything, has way better content than almost anybody. The content's crazy. It's one of the best apps. They just didn't market right. But anyway, so you're going to put that together with Discovery, which has like HGTV and all these other properties. And so I think it's going to be an excellent app. But people started to freak out once that it was mentioned that they were merging. I don't know why. Because again, when they first bought them, they said that the plan was to eventually merge them. And I don't understand why that's a bad thing, but people were freaking out. Probably because they, on the DC side, cut Batgirl. Now, again, if you didn't take time to read, and then they released a statement, and then they talked about it again today. The decision to do that comes down to the money. They thought the movie was not great, and the money that it would cost to fix it would be a lot, and they didn't think that they would make that money back in the theaters. Also, putting it on HBO Max, you get no money from that. So instead of doing either of those, they took a short opportunity that they still have to write it off or write it down on their taxes, because they are a new merger. So I guess there's a part where they can write stuff down as a post-merger strategy change and get some of their money back. The problem with that is because they're doing that, they can't monetize it. So any of these movies that they cut and write off or write down, they can't monetize it ever. And if they do, then they'll probably have to pay a tax penalty. But I'm sure they have no reason to do it. So we just won't see those movies. And again, this is, number one, a company trying to reorganize and merge the new company to the way it wants it to be. And number two, they are making decisions on the DC side, which they really believe in. Obviously, Warner Brothers has a lot going on. Discovery has a lot going on, but Discovery said, part of the reason we bought this is we really believe in DC and we think it could be a huge money maker. So we're putting a lot of attention and a lot of quality into it. This movie was not going to be quality, so we're not going to release it. Any movie going forward is not quality. We're not going to back it. And so obviously in a year, this won't matter because all the stuff coming out will be stuff, or the stuff being made will be stuff that Discovery, signed off on. Right now, you just got a whole catalog of movies and stuff that they inherited, and so they're trying to figure it out. I love the move. I absolutely love it. Again, I like having distinctive direction, especially when it's a tough choice. This is darn near unheard of for a $90 million movie that's already done to be shelved. Again, this is a small window for them to do this on their taxes. If this was different timing, I don't know that they would still do this because you wouldn't get anything back from it. But you got a small window to get it back on your taxes. Now, it doesn't look good to a lot of people, but that's why I like the decision. It was strong. It was distinctive. And I like the reasoning. We're going to put quality behind this DC. And then today, they had the earnings call or whatever, and they basically tripled down on that. They said that DC is going to be basically their cash cow, and that they don't have one. They're trying to create a 10-year plan for them to reset and do this thing right. And I have been saying for years, there's a bunch of people, I've been saying it for a while. No, I said it, 2015? Maybe even earlier, before the Justice League came out. Wasn't even on YouTube. It was way back in the Blog Talk Radio days. But I could pull that episode up. I said that there should be a reboot because I saw the writing on the wall. Now, again, You talking about 7 years ago, whatever. A lot has happened since then, but I saw the writing on the wall. I love, and I'm a fan of the DCU movies. So this wasn't, oh, these movies suck, you got to reboot it. No, I love Man of Steel. I love BVS. I really like Wonder Woman, like Aquaman. I really like Suicide Squad, the first one with Will Smith. I liked all those movies. I don't love all the movies, that we have, but I really like those original ones. So I still understood that you could tell there was no creative mind like there was at Marvel. And the same thing we saw play out with Sony and other people. There's just too many cooks in the kitchen. You can't have it where, okay, we're going to let you do your thing, but also we're going to step in when we, all the time when we feel like it. Might be this person, might be that person. No, you got to sit down and agree to what the vision is and let the person execute it. And even if you got one person that's overseeing it, then you need to give them the permission to actually do their job. What was happening at Warner's, and you could tell that they were having too many people interrupt and step in. Obviously, the studios can, make decisions on the movie while it's being made, but we're talking about last minute, off the cuff decisions like the Suicide Squad, which I really, really love, but they had somebody re-edit the whole movie from the director. That stuff's not cool. And then some of the stuff they cut out of BVS, and just the stuff they did with Justice League obviously was a disaster. So I could tell by the writing on the wall the structure wasn't going to hold up. And there's a reason nobody has been able to do a universe outside of Marvel. Now, a lot of people are going to poke fun at DC, but like I said, it's happening with Sony. It's happened with the Monsters universe, didn't even get off the ground. And all these other even with M. Night Shyamalan and his Split universe. A lot of this stuff hasn't panned out besides Marvel. And even the X-Men series, which I guess you call a universe, that was all over the place with Fox. So great movies, but still it got a little wild. Nobody has been able to replicate it. And I think it's very simple because they don't take the time to plan the movies. They don't give anybody the power to actually be in charge of the structure. And it's just too many egos involved. And so, that's how it goes. Unfortunately, that's Hollywood. So anyway, my point was I said we should reboot because I knew it was going to get messy. Now, you got to think about it. Since then, we haven't had Henry Cavill in anything. We have literally nothing. And then we had, actually, I don't think we've had Ben Affleck in anything either. We know that he's supposed to have a cameo in The Flash, and that now he's going to have a cameo in Aquaman 2, but it was supposed to be Michael Keaton. So we'll see him again, but we haven't seen him since. Now, again, like I said, that's what, I'm not doing good math. Yeah, it's about 7 years ago. And so, like I said, a lot has happened since then, since the Justice League movie in particular, the original, but still nothing has really happened on the front of the DCU. We seen Aquaman and Flash show up in Peacemaker. That was super small. And then we had Wonder Woman 84, which was absolutely horrible. And so, yeah, we haven't had a lot with the Justice League main characters since then. And for what we know, Ray Fisher's never going to be Cyborg again. I don't know. That was old regime. Maybe, Discovery will change their mind, but maybe not. And we know Israel won't ever be the Flash after what they got into. So, I think this is a great time. I think they should have did it, but this is a great time to reboot. I really want to see them wipe the slate clean. As much as I love Ben Affleck, favorite Batman, not necessarily Bruce Wayne, favorite Batman, Superman, or Henry Cavill, my favorite Superman. Obviously, Gal Gadot gave us our first Wonder Woman. I love the idea to go with Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I love it all, but I want to wipe it clean. I don't want to try to do the mental gymnastics of, this is this, but yeah, so no, let's just wipe it clean. all new actors, all new universe, all new story. And here's the great part that Marvel has not done yet. DC has been doing Elseworlds, another thing that I called before it came out and I said they should do. And they started. Obviously, you had the Joker, which over the last few days, I don't know why I really got into like going back to the reviews and the trailer reactions. I don't know. I just really fell back into Joker. But huge, $1 billion. Best Actor award win for Joaquin Phoenix. Amazing movie. Then you follow up with Matt Reeves' The Batman. Didn't do $1 billion, but absolutely, and this is post-pandemic, but absolutely a great movie. Like, very highly touted. And we expect good things to come from that. And we already know Joker 2 is going to bring in a different Harley Quinn as Lady Gaga. So, yes, continue to do your Elseworld. If you've got a good story that makes sense, you can do that and keep it moving. But then you can have your main universe and really redo it. This might be the time for me to pull out my DCU reboot videos. They might be on the old channel, on the Canon. But I did a whole series of I gave you a slate and I gave you every movie of how I would reboot it. Yeah, I might bring that back. I might just bring that back. I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah, I really love this move. A lot of people are panicking, but I think it's a good move. And so, again, like there's factors to why they're cutting movies right now. But like I said, in a year, which they I think 23 is when they plan, summer 23 is when they want to merge the apps. But I think a year, maybe 2 years, we'll have an idea of what is coming forth. And we'll hopefully be in good hands. Like, the smart people are saying, like, we like this move as far as cleaning house, but we still got to wait to see what they produce. So, I mean, because the thing is, if you as a company feel this movie is beyond trash, I'm happy you make the tough decision to cut it. But that doesn't mean we think it's trash. We haven't seen it. We don't know. For all we know, they could have made a mistake. So we still got to see what type of stuff they produce. Black Adam, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, those were already rolling. The Flash, that's going to come out whether they call it Batman Flashpoint or Flashpoint, that's going to come out. That was already rolling. I'm trying to think what else, because they cut some other stuff. So we'll see. I mean, that stuff, we can't judge that because that was already there. We'll see what they do going forward and, if we like it. But yeah, I mean, they said they're going to focus on the Trinity, mainly Superman. And I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm going to pull up my reboot series. I'm sure I do it differently these days. But I'm going to pull it up and start re-releasing those videos. Just because I did put time into explaining, like, really what I would do with a DCU reboot. And so I want to put that out there since, it's actually becoming a reality now. So anyway, those are my thoughts on it. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe. And if you heard it here, it's official canon.